Holy smoke, is this ain't no joke, because I was literally about to go to bed.
Oh my word, look at that.
Wow, do we have a lot to get into here today.
Woo, 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 man. Oh man, I love it. I love it right now.
I'm declaring victory. Welcome back to Strong Man Personal Finance. My name is Christopher Belly. I'm a certified CPA accountant. I'm a fake boglehead investor. I'm author of the book Stop Being a Broke Loser. It's on Amazon. And while I'm tired, I'm exhausted. I worked all day. I made YouTube videos. I tutored. I have to make a video about tattooed trucker, sweaty putrescent, shark-covered nutsack, which has crossed a major milestone today. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. Tattooed Chef stock is literally a penny stock. Now I'm going to pat myself on the back, my big muscly back, because I was freaking right about this stock. And Jeremy is a moron. And I can't wait for these next quarterly earnings to come out because I think it's going to be really, really bad. So let's go ahead and react to this video where Jeremy is talking about how index funds are stupid and growth, my oath, is the future. Now, the first clip we're going to play is Jeremy giving his false promises to his unsuspecting idiot moron fans, because you clowns don't freaking realize that you're just enabling this freaking loser by watching his channel. All he does is lose people money hand over freaking fist. And how does he get rewarded? More freaking views, more subscribers, more signups for his course, more money, more wealth. And he's laughing at the freaking bank. He's laughing all the way to the bank in his freaking Tesla that he bought with your money. And you're there like, oh, but he's got a lot of money. Oh, I still believe in him. He's so smart. And the whole time he's just freaking screwing you. And I'm so sick of you people. So let's go ahead and watch this clip. And I'm going to give you commentary on this whole stupid freaking video that he did.
And it's not even close. It's a massive difference. It's between like life-changing amounts of money, like you can buy any home and any car and live anywhere and live life in your own terms type money, or it's like you're doing okay for yourself type money. So that's about what I have to say about that. Hope you guys enjoyed today's video.
Now, when he was doing that comparison, he was comparing my schlong to his. No. But you guys saw the messaging right there. What he's saying is, basically, if you listen to him and you buy his growth my own stocks, you could have life-changing amounts of money. You can live wherever you want. But if you buy index funds, which is just following the herd, then you're going to be okay. You're going to be okay. How does this guy have the audacity to say that when the number one stock that he freaking hyped is down, what, 72% in the last year? Let's go freaking look at it. The audacity of this freaking scammer to say that when he was pumping this trash at 20-something dollars. It is now officially a penny stock. And honestly, after these next earnings, I would not be surprised to see a massive decline, because you clowns, who I guess don't look at the freaking balance sheet, haven't noticed that the cash is going down every single quarter. It is getting depleted massively. Tattooed Chef needs money. They are going to have to either go into debt during a rising rate environment, or they're going to have to do a massive dilution event to keep themselves alive. I remember what happened to a very good food company. Oh, it's life-changing amounts of money. Yeah, the same freaking thing is going to happen to Tattooed Trucker Sweaty Nutsack. So let's watch a little bit more of this video.
Financial crisis, right? So we went into the decade in a horrible position, and then we ended the decade in obviously a massive crash, right? And so if you're wondering, why was that a lost decade? Yeah, the recipe was there for why that was a lost decade, right? If it wasn't for that, that would have been a great, if we would have just went into this decade in a normal, like if valuations were somewhat normal and not like insane, we would have been okay, right? And if we didn't have the great financial crisis, like I'm sure we would have finished a decade somewhere up here, right? If we would have entered a normal environment and right here, it wouldn't have been a lost decade. It would have been a good decade. But It was not, because we went in super overvalued, and then we had a massive, epic, colossal crash that caused our company earnings to completely fall to pieces, and obviously nearly the entire financial system, right? Now, why was 2010 through 2020 such a good decade? Okay, nothing to do with, oh, the Fed did this, Fed did that. No, okay, two core reasons. First one is we went into that decade with an extremely, in my opinion, undervalued stock market, where stocks had been priced because of the great financial crisis in 08 and into early 09. They'd been priced like they were going to have no earnings forever and ever, right? So as earnings came back throughout that next decade, oh, guess what else came back? Stocks came back, right? And they begin to become fairly valued over that decade. Okay, so that's what helped the stock market through the first, let's call it, 5 years of the decade. But what helped there at the end of the decade? Well, if you didn't know, corporate taxes got cut in a massive way. We went from 35% corporate tax rate to 21%. So
Oops, didn't mean to share that. So Jeremy is basically talking about why we were in a lost decade. And yes, we had two stock market crashes. We started the decade with a freaking massive bubble in 2000 with the freaking dot-com bubble. And then we had the Great Recession. Never look at a 10-year period. Your investing time horizon is over your freaking lifetime. I'm buying VT, and I've been buying it since I was 22 years old. And I'm not selling VT until I'm in my freaking 60s, okay? This whole lost decade crap that he's talking about is a bunch of freaking garbage. You could find any 10-year time period and find a lost decade. Now, the funny thing is he talks about how we started one decade with super lofty valuations. Sounds like a bubble, right? It's almost like we're starting that now. We had a clown market where all these stupid stocks went up. And Jeremy is acting like, oh, the valuations were really high, and then they eventually became undervalued, and then they were compensated for, and they went up the next decade. We're starting, I think, a very bad decade, okay? And what's going to happen is all you clowns that bought during the clown bubble, you're going to be freaking wrecked. You're going to be absolutely 100% wrecked. And the worst thing of all is he freaking fell for it. Jeremy fell for a lost decade. And like I said, I don't know what the future holds. I think more likely than not, there might be a lost decade. I could be entirely wrong. But think about how dumb this guy is, where he claims to be a student of history, right? And then he goes ahead and buys a bunch of trash stocks during the height of a speculative clown market. This guy is a student of history? What a freaking joke. Now let's go watch this pathetic loser try to compare his trash stocks to index funds. And he trashes index funds because he can't make any money if he doesn't crap on index funds and convince you to sell out of solid investments that have low taxes and that have a good chance of appreciating over the next 30 or 40 years. So you can buy his scummy trash that has fallen 70, 80, 90% and pay him money on top of that. Let's go watch.
stock picking is absolutely 100% valuable, if especially
A commitment to sustainability is important to investors, customers.
when you can't get gains in indexes, right? If every year the stock market just goes up and up and up, and every decade it just goes in doubles and triples or whatever, every single 10-year span, it's easy, right? We've been very spoiled, and we're being tricked into a philosophy now with index funds that everybody thinks, and it's a very false assumption, but because of what happened in this decade, that everybody thinks, oh, just throw money in an index fund, man, you make easy money, bro, you don't have to do anything. And it's like, listen, man, that worked for that decade, and that was easy. Throw money in an index fund, just make money, put in no work. But people haven't gone through a lost decade before, right? And
So the funniest thing of all was everybody talking about how great index funds were in 2020 and in 2021? No, go read the comments of my channel. Go look at all the clowns that bought a bunch of stupid stocks that went up massively in 2020 and 2021. Jeremy is the one that fell for the trick of it's easy money. Just buy Tattooed Chef. It'll 10x. Just buy Beyond Meat. It's the future, bro. Just buy Tesla. He's the one that fell for the trick. If you held on to your index funds and didn't buy any clown stocks in 2020 and 2021, you are a solid, intelligent investor because you didn't fall for the current clown environment or the recent clown environment that we are in, which Jeremy Financial Education did. He is bashing index funds, but he's basically bashing himself, okay? And if there's going to be a lost decade, which doesn't matter if you're dollar cost averaging or if you're globally diversified and the S&P 500 may have a lost decade, you might not, you're going to be okay. But Jeremy's clownish stocks are going to be absolutely annihilated because to get through a lost decade, you have to have enough solid investments that your companies don't go bankrupt, okay? Let's say we have a lost decade going into the future till 2032. VT will still be there. 100%, no doubt in my mind. VT will be there unless the world gets nuked or whatever, or aliens come and shove probes up our butts. Will Tattooed Chef be there? Will Beyond Meat be there? Will Oatly My Boatly be there? More likely than not. You have to get through the decade to reap the rewards of the decade after that, where the stock market will hopefully go up massively because it's been so low for a decade. Do you understand this? Okay. He's trying to make it seem like growth stocks will outperform in the next decade. Maybe some will, Jeremy, but the company has to survive. And when I look at your companies with share diluting trash, with them burning cash hand over fist and losing money constantly, I don't think your companies will survive. So a lost decade of VT is by far superior to a lost decade of Tattooed Chef, where it goes to freaking zero, you moron. Let's keep watching.
And that's not fun when you throw money in something and then you're down 20% by the end of it, right? And, you know, in this sort of time period recently, right? And I'm talking about the past, let's call it 12 to 18 months. Everybody's put down growth stocks, right? Like growth stocks are the devil because they performed so bad over the past 12 to 18 months, okay? I will 100% take anybody's bet that growth stocks will massively outperform the indexes over the next 5 to 10 years, and it won't even be close. Won't even be close. And everybody's got caught up into this hatred of growth stocks because they did so bad for the last 12 to 18 months, but people forget how these stocks perform over a decade. They go through some unbelievably violent times, and they can go through some drops where they drop 50, 70%, some crazy numbers. But the companies that keep growing year in and year out, their stock price are always rewarded.
So he's talking about hatred of growth stocks. You know, that's funny. I seem to remember over the last 12 to 18 months, everybody fluffing up growth stocks. Growth stocks! Revenue, my avenue. That's all everybody was freaking talking about. I didn't hear a freaking word about VT, about index funds. All I heard were clown stocks getting pumped up by all these stupid YouTubers. So where is this hatred of growth stocks that he's talking about? And I'm going to pat myself on the back again. During the clown market, I was the one, and Jay Nagy and a couple others, talking about how all these stupid stocks, how ARK, Tattooed Chef, they were all freaking trash. And what did everybody do? That's all you freaking clowns did. And the hatred of VT and index funds was palpable. It aged me. I got freaking gray hair because of it. Okay. So Jesus freaking Christ, Jeremy. The hatred of growth stocks. Get out of here, you freaking loser. You know why I hate growth stocks? Because you buy a bunch of freaking trash. It's as simple as that, Jeremy. And some stocks that have fast-growing revenue are great companies. But you didn't buy those. You bought trash. Do you understand this, Jeremy? What? Not growth, my youth. Revenue is all that matters. Let's keep watching.
never seen it where it's not rewarded, where a company grows revenues year after year after year, 10%, 20%, 30%, year after year after year, keep expanding their business, their footprint, where their stock price was not rewarded. Now, there's a lot of stocks in the stock market that won't have that sort of growth. So you've got to find the companies that actually do have that sort of growth, where they're going to keep growing 10, 20, 30% a year, year after year after year. And there's a certain sliver of those sort of stocks that are going to do that. And they will be rewarded handsomely. And the gains will be dramatic, regardless of what happens in the stock market. But to just assume that the stock market is just going to go up almost every year, so just throw money in an index fund, I'm telling you, everybody's on that bandwagon. Everybody's on that bandwagon of don't buy growth stocks and buy index funds. What happens every single time the human population starts thinking everything's easy? Oh, it flips. Remember when everybody thought, oh, real estate only goes up, right? Why not just buy another house and another house and another house and another house? Oh, and then what happened? Real estate went down for 4 years.
He's literally describing what he did. It's easy. Just buy growth stocks. They only go up. He fell for the trap. Okay. If you can't see that, you're a clown. Okay. Jeremy has more money than me. He's got a bigger house than me. He's got a lot more. He's got a nicer car than me by far. Oh my God, my car's freaking trash. But seriously, this guy is orders of magnitude beneath me in intellect and investing ability. I buy index funds. I don't worry about lost decades because that's my time to accumulate, and I'm going to massively outperform him. And he says, oh, some growth stocks are going to be rewarded handsomely. Which ones, Jeremy? Which ones? Okay. Oh, and if they have growing revenue, eventually it just works out. Let's go look at Tattooed Chef's financial statements, okay? I'm going to show you revenue my avenue, which I know as an accountant, maybe this is a hard concept for some people to understand, but you can make $1 zillion in revenue. But if you don't have a profit and you're burning cash hand over fist, you're done. You will go out of business, okay? So, of course, here's the amazing returns of Tattooed Chef $4.99. Oh, baby. And just wait till a dilution happens. Oh, mama. Tattooed Chef has amazing revenue growth. Revenue, my avenue. Revenue, my avenue. Revenue, my avenue. Let's look at the balance sheet. I do this every video. Why is this hard? Cash going down, 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 down. I think this company is finished unless by the grace of God, they get a massive influx of receivables or they get a new contract and they get paid up front. They will go bankrupt, or if they don't, they will have to borrow lots of money to sustain their operations, or they will have to dilute the shareholders. Because you look at the statement of cash flows, which he doesn't even freaking talk about. Cash my ass! Look at the cash burn. $8 million, $18 million, $26 million, $23 million. Burning cash. And where does the money come from? Well, right now they're living off their war chest, but eventually, once you burn your cash and you're not living off prior proceeds from stock issuance or whatever crap you do, you got to issue shares or you got to go into debt. It's inevitable, Jeremy. It's inevitable unless by the grace of God, you somehow get saved this next quarter. I cannot wait to see what happens in this next quarterly financial statement. I can't wait. Let's watch a little bit more and then we'll do comments. God, this guy's so stupid.
And some markets went down over 50%. Every single time, everybody starts thinking, it's so easy. Just put money over here. And the masses, that's what the masses all think right now. Index funds, everything else, what do you think's going to happen? The same thing that happens every single time, man. Every single time. It never fails, okay? Now, if I had to look at my crystal ball and I had to put odds on the possibility of this being a lost decade for the indexes, okay? Which, by the way, I hope it's not a lost decade, because if it is a lost decade, one, it's going to mean a ton of people don't make money because most people don't either have the guts or they don't want to put in the work it takes to actually pick stocks, right? And actually find companies that are going to grow year after year after year. So for my standpoint, I hope it's not a lost decade, 2020 through 2030. I really do. With that being said, though, I would put odds. I think it's probably, I would say, is about a 25% chance we're going to have a lost decade, which is actually pretty high, especially for somebody like myself that's an optimistic person. For me to feel like there's about a 25% probability we'll be in a lost decade is pretty decent, right? If I just look at it, I'm like, we might have pulled some gains forward in the whole situation. Obviously there's going to be some dramatic times. Whether we escape a big recession right now, let's call it over the next year or not, remains to be seen. Let's say we do, right? It's definitely very much a possibility that we could get another major recession toward the later stages of this, and maybe we have a similar situation to like we had in 2000 through 2010, where we went into that decade kind of, well, not richly, we went in there super overvalued, and then we had a massive financial crisis, right? Maybe something somewhat similar, where we didn't go into this one as overvalued, we went in richly valued, let's call it that, and then at some point we get a more major recession when no one's expecting it, because it's
So we could have this, or we could have that, or we could. Nobody freaking knows. Shut your freaking mouth, moron. Nobody freaking. Oh, it's a 25% probability. Okay, look, to even have some idea, you have to guess events 8 years into the future. Could anybody have predicted the virus? Could anybody have predicted the clown market? Could anybody have predicted the war in freaking Russia or Ukraine? No, nobody freaking knows. God. He just makes up numbers. He just throws crap out there to make it sound like he's smart. I'm smarter than you, Jeremy. You want to know why? Because I have no idea what's going to happen in the next decade. But guess what? If we have a lost decade, especially in the United States, I'm going to be richer than ever because I'm just going to dollar cost average into the total world index. And guess what? That's one of the hardest things you could possibly do. Oh, indexes are easy? Yeah. Look at all the clowns that trash VT. Oh, you think it's so easy when everybody's calling you stupid? Especially back in 2020 when I said ARK was trash, Tattooed Chef was trash. All these stocks are overvalued. Everybody's like, you're stupid. Oh, Unity stock, that's going to go to the moon. And I kept trashing Unity and it kept going up and up and up. Guess who was freaking right? Me. Because unprofitable cash burning companies are trash. Let's go ahead and do some comments. That guy's a freaking idiot. Lufufu will go which balance sheet I need to read. He literally thinks there's like 3 balance sheets. Assets, liabilities, equity. Next page. Assets, liabilities, and equity. Next page. Assets, liabilities, and equity. That's the freaking balance sheets. He knew you're gonna roast him on Tattoo Chef. That's why the idiot started to attack ETF. Let him attack ETF. It's to me, it's gross what he's doing. It's just it's just nasty. Like, oh, sell out of your index funds and buy my stocks. Can't wait for the Tattooed Chef dilution. I'm so excited. This next quarter is gonna be big. I'm telling you. I mean, by the grace of God, they can survive. You never know. But it don't look good. From tinkering around, lost decades are only a problem. People who just lump sum once and never periodically. Yeah, exactly. You see the manipulation of Lafufu? Oh, people just follow the crowd and they lose money. Oh, kind of like you did with all your trash stocks, idiot. You are the sacrificial lamb to the Lafufu video that we can't watch. You think Palantir will be the next Tattooed Chef? I have no idea. Honestly, I think Palantir is more likely to survive. At least they have positive cash flow, or at least operating cash flow. Tattooed Chef is burning cash hand over fist. So hard to look at. Balance sheet, cash, operating cash flow. Wow, this is so hard. Jeremy Lufufu has manic behavior. He turns bull and bear by the day. He's just saying what he has to say to generate ad revenue. He's an idiot. I invested in 2000. I got dividends for the next 10 years. You have to pick the right investments. And remember, the index, when you look at the index, okay, it doesn't show dividends. So even if it was flat, just straight flat, guess what? You probably still made money, okay? Or even if you didn't, the next decade, you've accumulated so many shares when the inevitable bull market comes around, You'll make money. This is what I get. $2. This is all I get. Thank you for your donation. See, at the end of the day, it's just so sad because Jeremy, it doesn't matter. You know, I can make these videos all day, every day. I can just constantly trash him, which I do. And he just gets richer and richer, and more people sign up for his courses. And it's just, it's wild. Please do a video reaction to Jake and Amir Tinder. Can you email me that so I don't forget? I remember last November, Jeremy was calling at the beginning of the sell-off. Tax loss harvesting. He's so wrong about it. Of course he is. That's why he's famous on YouTube. What if you need the money for something and you have to take out the money from your investment account when you're down? VT is safer. Well, if you need the money in the short term, you should have it in like cash or short-term bonds. It's just not hard. Why short-term bonds are less sensitive to interest rates? I'll show you the math. You just discount the freaking cash flows of the bond back to the present at the market rate. I did like 10,000 times in accounting. It's not hard. Lafufu hasn't discussed tattoo. Oh, he's going to wait till it goes up to like $8. See? He's like repeating what Jeremy Ray Dalio says. He speaks about a lost decade. I mean, of course he is. He has no independent thought. He's an idiot. Jeremy is smarter than Warren Buffett. Index funds are trash. I feel sorry for others. And trust me, if there is a flat decade, his stocks will do way worse. By far. Tattoo Chef will disappear from his channel. Yep, and then he'll have 1 million subs, and then 2 million, and then he'll get like 5 houses. He'll have a massive fortress. He'll actually build financial fortress. It'll be a real fortress with armed guards from all the money he makes from ads. It's so ridiculous. George, come on, and Robert Kiyosaki are even bigger Riris. I mean, I think they're smart and they know what they're doing. Just buy gold, bro. Just buy gold Bitcoin, bro. Smash the like button. Yeah. Let me go viral. I won't go viral. I was cringing when I heard this video last night. Lost decade. He speaks about that he will 100% outperform No S Sherlock after you're down 80%. That's true. Say this when you're down 80%. His fans are that stupid. I'll be honest. I get comments on my channel all the time. Jeremy has more money than you. Oh, really? Wow. Buy his course then. I wonder how his butt is doing after getting annihilated. Quickie stop. Low-key tired of, yeah, whatever. Jeremy lost, but how can he handle so much loss? Because he gets ad revenue. I mean, man, if I got 50 grand a month, oh boy. VT. Every month, 50 grand. Cha-ching, cha-ching, cha-ching. Oh, I'd be so rich. Oh, boy. I'd rather own the world than any of these stocks, clown. Yeah, God. I'm going to go after somebody else for a little bit. I'm tired of talking about this trash clown. Rather hold cash than buy tattoo truckers crap articles. Soon, Jeremy will have less money than Money Man Personal Finance. I mean, honestly, if his YouTube channel dies, he will burn all his money. I will be richer than him. I'm playing the long game here. My YouTube channel isn't huge, but I have a full-time job. I do YouTube. I tutor. I save lots of money. I dollar cost average in index funds and tax advantage accounts. A scammer who has a business implode and they have horrible spending habits, they will go bankrupt. He just got lucky with his YouTube channel, but if he didn't have that, he'd be done, son. Tattooed, sweaty, putrescent, disintegrating, emulsified, mutilated, deranged, degenerate, decaying, incinerated, contorted, eviscerated nutsack. Oh, I love it. Let's see. Is Lafufu's channel dying? Oh, it's not. He's doing great. Trust me, he's living high off the hog, man. I hope it is a lost decade. So you're a smart guy, okay? Oh, index funds are hard. I mean, easy. It's easy money. And then you buy the index, you get like 8% returns, if you project it out in the future. or, you look in the past, and then here's these clown stocks going up 100%. Yeah, it's so easy to hold on to index funds when all these other clowns are getting rich quick off of options and clown stocks. Oh, it's easy, bro. Staying the course is one of the hardest things you will ever freaking do. Warren Buffett said a beautiful thing about how to be a millionaire buying airline stocks. Said if you start with $1 billion, let's see. Dun, 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 dun. He thinks you won't crawl out of these stock picks till 2030. The funny thing is, even if Tattooed Chef goes to zero, he'll be fine. He'll be just fine. Oh, well, I made a mistake. He'll make a video. I was wrong. And then his fans will be like, oh, we forgive you because you're so honest. Oh, honest, my modest. Let's see. Looks bad for international, though. Strongman, got to disagree. It looks bad for now. 30 years from now? I don't know. We'll see. Not going to lie, Strongman, I might buy VT. Well, here's the thing, ladies and gentlemen. If you buy VT, it's a commitment. It's like joining a cult. Once you go Boglehead, you stay Boglehead. And if you don't, you're a clown. And I can't even say the word. Disavow you. Never speak to you again. I was looking at Jeremy's stock picks. Looks like some of them are going to go bankrupt. I can see it. I might go and look at all his stocks again. Like once the next earnings season comes up, I'm going to cover all his stocks. And I'll show you how bad it is. They might not make it. Yeah. Roasting them is going to be fun and hilarious. Yes. I have a lot of fun with Jeremy. He's a very special boy. He's probably watching right now. Indexes are easy money. And here he is buying clown stocks. Financial statements aren't easy to read. Most of the things Warren Buffett looks at on the balance sheet, you need to calculate it using formulas. Well, stock picking is all about, really understanding the company and really knowing the management and, trying to project cash flows. Oh, there's just so much that goes into buying an individual stock. He's like, oh, you need to do the research. It's hard to stock pick. What freaking research are you doing, clown? You can't even freaking spell. Have you looked at AMC? Yeah, I would do an AMC video tonight, but Strongman's getting tired. I'm a bussy. How much will Tattoo Chef crash if Jeremy's followers sell it? I think it's small enough. I don't know, man. I feel like it's just all retail now holding it. I wonder if Jeremy has the nuts to come out and apologize. He literally talked about, he won't apologize. But just keep selling your index funds and buying the dip. I swear, cash flow. He just made a video. He spoke about Tattooed Chef in his last. He said they need to step up. Honestly, he sounds like he's sold already. Cash flow. Cash balance on the balance sheets. So hard. He doesn't sound enthusiastic. Well, I've been beating him to a bloody pulp. And plus, he's just been getting freaking hammered on his stock pick. Well, he's committed to Tattoo because he staked his whole reputation on it. So he's committed to it. What is this? A celebration? It's like a roast / celebration. Let's see. So many are going to treasuries and cash. Or that helps with dilution of many zombie companies. I hope the Fed doesn't bail out on a macro scale. Who knows what the Fed's going to do? Oh, we can't let the stock market crash because we need clown stocks to exist. It's so wonderful for our country that we have all this capital flowing into trash. Let's see. Jeremy's learning so much from you guys that he can't be too stupid for a decade. He's going to start slowing the blue chip stocks. He'll find the net. Oh, just wait till the next clown market. He'll be all over it. Trust me. And I'll be there making fun of him. And he'll get all those big checks from YouTube. Oh, Jeremy, you just lost people money. Oh, here's money. Here's more money. Oh, get rich, Jeremy. Keep screwing people. Oh. Oof. Attacking the spelling. Dead. You guys should sign up for his emails. They're bad. And he wrote those emails too. Jeremy just bought more Tattooed Chef. Of course he did. It was a bit funny. We all know Jeremy's a Tesla fanboy. That's the only reason he got money. True. All right, guys, that's it. I think that I'm going to go to bed. I'm going to read my book, and then I'm going to go to bed. So we'll play an outro, and you guys have a wonderful night. And don't buy Tattooed Chef. Cheers!
Oh, merry stock market. Oh, man. Woo!